Welcome to episode 761 of ApartmentHacker. This is Mike Bruno, ApartmentHacker. It is my mission to tease out human potential in the multifamily space. I heard a story the other day about court jester, or a court jester, and I didn't really know exactly what that was, but they went through the definition by way of a story, and the story, the essence of the story was that the court jester back in the day was set in place really to tell the king rather, he was the one person that could give the king some direct feedback about whatever area of his kingdom was in disarray, and he could do that in such a way that he didn't get his head lopped off, right? And so the real role of the jester was to give a heads up, so to speak, to give definition to issues and concerns and problems in the kingdom, so that the king could save face and actually fix the problems without looking like he was an incompetent king, so to speak. And it just brought to mind in the property management space something that we've talked about here on ApartmentHacker before, in the way of problems bubbling up through your ecosystem, your operating system, and how many times there's this sort of fear in the story of the jester. It's like all these people had a fear of telling the king the truth for fear of some sort of reparation, right, that they might have to give back for disclosing such a thing. So the jester could do it without that risk. In the property management world, it is so necessary for problems and issues to bubble up through a system, through an operating system, without filters. Meaning regional manager doesn't really tell the whole story that the property manager tells, and when the RM tells the story, it goes to the VP, and by the time it makes to maybe the EVP, by the time it makes it to the owner, it's some sort of either doesn't get that far, and or it's such a different story than started. Then decisions are made, and those decisions that are made are bad decisions because you didn't have good basis that you were working from, because it didn't make it through this filtering system. So my advice, my encouragement today is to somehow recognize that we're all jesters, as opposed to people who are running the risk of a consequence that a king could level on you, like death. We don't work in that kind of business, but problems are necessary to bubble up. It's necessary for problems to bubble up through a system very, very quickly so they can get resolved, so we can move our business forward. We can make decisions on a good premise. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.